Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. On the 25th of June 2023, Kenyan socialite Rachel Kaniss and her Nigerian boyfriend, simply known as Omodala, were declared missing. Some were of the view that they had been kidnapped, some were of the view that they might have even eloped. But fast forward, just 5 days afterwards, their bodies have been found, chopped up, kept in a sack, and also disfigured due to burns from a substance suspected to be acid. Who committed this crime? Who are the suspects and what were their motives? This is the true crime story of how a power couple suddenly disappeared and what was found left of them, and circumstances pointing to what seems to have been probably a perfect murder. If you are ready for this true crime story, just buckle up and let's go. Support our campaign against femicide by going to the comment section and just type in "say no to femicide" or hashtag "please stop the femicide." Share our videos and help spread this campaign and save a female life. Additionally, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet done so to support our campaign. And also, our analytics show us that most of you are watching our videos, but you are not subscribing to the channel. This is not helping us grow, and we are pleading that please just spare a second and hit the subscribe button to help us push this campaign forward. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Now to the substantive case at hand. This case is very, very, very mysterious because when these two guys disappeared on the 25th of June, people didn't know what to make of it, especially because of how it reportedly happened. According to reports out there, these two were actually at home with some friends when Omodola had a phone call, after which it's reported that he seemed a bit off. But then he picked his car keys and he told Rachel Kaniss that he needed to step out to check on some few things and he would be back soon. She didn't really make much of it and he stepped out and left. Fast forward, some few hours later, Rachel Kaniss received a call from Omodola telling her that he had been involved in an accident with some Kenyans and he needed her to come to his aid. Not long after this phone call, Omodola placed a second phone call to Rachel Kaniss, now telling her that the case had ended up at the police station and he needed her assistance to come and see him. At this point, Rachel rushed to see her love at the police station. Unfortunately, this would be the last time that anybody would ever see Rachel or hear from Rachel, and also nobody would see Omodola again or even hear from him, because it would turn out that they never made it back home after that. So a report was lodged with the police declaring them as missing persons after some few days had gone by without they turning up. Investigations proceeded from there and the theories started coming out. There were some friends in their circle who were now of the view that they were suspecting that these people could be linked to something else that may have caused their disappearance. In that, nobody knew what they actually did for a living as far as earning was concerned. People were not having any idea or any clue with regards to whatever jobs they did, whatever businesses they ran, that afforded them so much financial freedom to run their affluent socialite lifestyles. So people were actually suspicious of them now because it became evident that they were keeping certain aspects of their lives a secret, to the extent questions were also being asked about the fact that if these guys are big socialites in Kenya, as they were, how come that they are so private on their social media handles, such that unless you are even granted access, you can't even see what they have on their social media handles? Now, the other question was, why did Omodoles call his fiancée to come to his aid at the police station? Was it a trap? I think that if it was actually true that he had been arrested, he called her because she is Kenyan. Rachel Kaniss Kanini is a Kenyan national, whilst Omodolas is a Nigerian. And maybe he felt that with his girlfriend being a Kenyan, if she shows up at the police station, she could bring some positivity to the conversation because she would be dealing with her fellow national Kenyans who may be a bit lenient on him by virtue of her presence. Another theory is that maybe Omodolas was never arrested by any police and that all this was a ploy to get Kanini to join him so that these bad guys will get them. So the suspicion is that maybe Omodoles was actually grabbed by these unscrupulous people and they coerced him to place these phone calls to entice his fiancée to exit their home and join them at wherever he was misleading her to under coercion. That is a possibility I cannot rule out. But here are my 2 cents. They were found chopped up in a bag and they were badly burnt with a substance suspected to be acid. I think that the nature of this crime is heinous. It's so heinous that it looks like it's a very personal one. Somebody wanted to take time and punish them or teach them a lesson or set an example with them. In that, I'm suspecting that there could be the possibility that this could have been a business partner or a business deal gone wrong, such that the person was so angry with these guys that this person decided that the best way to exact his anger or vengeance is to do what was done to them. If that is the case, then maybe they may have done something to offend this person, or maybe they may have double-crossed this person. That is one possibility. The second possibility is that it could be as a result of a love triangle, where it could be coming from either Omodoles or Rachel Kanini. It could be the case of an ex who is not happy for the fact that it was actually reported they were just about to get married very soon. And if you know anything about love triangles, some people never let go, such that it gets to a point where they feel that for them to lose, then everybody should lose. So that could explain how come both of them were unalived and chopped up the way they were. That is also a possibility. Now, the third possibility is that this could all be a setup from one or the other party. I would advise that the police should do a DNA test to at least ascertain that the corpses that were found are actually the 2 people presumed to be those corpses. If you check my channel, you would see a true crime story where a doppelganger took the life of her lookalike in an effort to stage and fake her own death. So it is not far-fetched that somebody of this couple or one of these 2 people in this relationship could have faked his or her own death for reasons best known to him or her and used a decoy body, and hence the need to decompose it and burn it so much with the substance suspected to be acid. The police, I suspect, will not rule out any possibility, including these and many more. The fourth thing I'm thinking is that there could also be the possibility that this is just what it looks like, as in an assassination or a murder of an intense nature, such that there are some bad guys who have chopped up these people and done what they've done for reasons best known to them. The fifth could be the possibility of a ritual murder, where it would also make sense that the corpses that were found were such that, per reports, Rachel Kanini was not all there. Parts of her were missing, actually. And this gives me the shivers, but that is what it was. Now, it could be any of these or something else. I don't know. But I have a feeling that as the days go by, this story is going to take a crazy twist where some crazy things are going to come to light and people are going to get blown away. But I will be following this story to bring you these updates as and when they are due. Now, the Kenyan police are also indicating that this is one of the most difficult cases they will have to deal with. And I agree with them, because it's turning out that the perpetrators of this heinous crime didn't leave any evidence or trace, which would have enabled the police to break through in investigations and apprehend them. It's looking almost as though they may have committed a perfect crime. But then, is there something like a perfect crime? Let me know in the comment section. I believe that there is as close as possible to a perfect crime, but there isn't a perfect crime. I've seen cold cases of over 30 years get solved in 2023. So crime eventually will get resolved. But then I think that the earlier it's solved, the better. Like I said, the case is still ongoing. And I'm sure police may have started investigating from different angles to see what they can find, especially since there is no clear suspect in sight. What are your comments on this case? What do you also think would be the cause of this? Who do you think would be behind this? Is it any of the things I've said? If yes, let me know in the comment section. If not, let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. Please stay safe out there. Keep an eye out, and we'll catch you next time.